Yo, so guys, welcome back to another video, and this is another JxmyHighroller reaction, and this one is titled Possibly the Most Disrespectful Thing I've Ever Seen. I'm not going to lie, this just popped up randomly. I don't actually know what this is about. I just saw it randomly pop up, and I thought it was another opportunity to do another reaction of his. I do enjoy his videos, as I say every single time. And yeah, again, I'm not sure what this is about whatsoever. I don't have a clue. But I'm excited to see, because I mean, his videos always, they're always really interesting to watch, and maybe this would be a fun topic to see. Again, I like sometimes going into videos where I have no clue what it's about, which is what he does a lot with his videos. He doesn't actually sort of give the context of the video. He just sort of titles it something, and you learn when he starts talking about it. But let's check this out and see what this video is about, man.
Man, pro athletes, they are something special. Us regular Joes would never be able to put up
Is this about what I think it is?
even a decent fight against them. Well, not really.
He doesn't usually intro of
What's up, everybody? It's
WNBA
Jimmy.
players. I
And
think
the
it
other
is. So this might be controversial as hell.
day, I was relaxing, watching the Celebrity All-Star Game with my wife when a few things went through my mind. First, aside from the few notable celebrities and former NBA players that were playing, such as Ray Allen, Quavo, Steve Smith, Jay Williams, and Dr. Oz, where are the celebrities? I mean, you could probably throw Terrence J and Ronnie 2K in the mix of names you may recognize, but other than that, I swear they could have literally just pulled random people out of the stands, suited them up, claimed they were celebrities, and I wouldn't have been able to tell the difference. Seriously. Read this roster, and I want you to be honest.
Michael Cole. Okay, let's actually say who I know here. I mean, obviously this is going to be more American celebrities, so I probably wouldn't know most of these anyway. I know Ray Allen. Ronnie 2K is someone that I'm familiar with the name. Okay, he makes 2K Sports. Okay, that's the guy. That's why. Quavo, of course. And that is it. I know no one else. Steve Smith, possibly. Sounds somewhat familiar. And maybe some of these I should know because I'm not into acting like Mike Cole or Luke Cage actor. I don't watch films like that, so maybe that's just me, but I'm not familiar with many of these.
Besides the few I listed, how many of these names do you recognize? I mean, I know the standard for the Celebrity All-Star Game is pretty damn low, but really? Adam Ray, Bo Reinhart, AJ Buckley, Brad Williams? Really? Really? However, I will say adding Marine Jason Weinman and American hero James Shaw Jr. to the rosters was a classy act on the NBA's part. That was dope. But as the players were being introduced during the opening lineups, I couldn't help but to notice two women in particular who looked way too big and way too athletic to be out there. Two women who were clearly far too qualified to be playing in this game. Now, I don't know much about women's basketball, so I had to look up the rosters, and sure enough, there it is. Two WNBA players. Two professional basketball players playing in a celebrity all-star game. A game that featured players so bad I nearly became physically ill just watching them. Now, they didn't pick up just any WNBA players for the occasion. They went out and got a two-time All-Star and two-time NCAA champion 6'5" center Stephanie Dolson, as well as the reigning WNBA Rookie of the Year and All-Star 6'4" Aja Wilson. Two women who are among the best female basketball players in the entire world. Two individuals that have nearly perfected their craft and risen up the basketball ranks to play among only the best of the very best, just to have their career dwindle down to grabbing an offensive rebound over a man who's 4 feet 4 inches tall. Now, don't get me wrong, I appreciate the NBA getting WNBA players involved in All-Star Weekend, but why did they have to do them like this? Could you imagine if you were a professional at your craft, among the top of the pinnacle in the world at what you do, all to get invited to play with comedians and Instagram stars? Lately, there has been a lot of talk regarding the topic of the pay of WNBA players, as well as the lack of respect they feel they receive from the sports community. Well, I mean, when you sign up for like this, it's hard to look at it any other way. Over the past couple years, more and more WNBA players have come forward saying that they don't get the appreciation and pay they deserve, or earned, or something like that. But between the two WNBA stars, Stephanie and Asia logged over 27 minutes in the Celebrity All-Star game, but managed just 11 points and a pair of rebounds combined. Now, I know they aren't trying an awful lot, but neither was a 43-year-old Ray Allen, but he dropped 24, 9, and 5 while dicking around. No pun intended. Now, I know this is a bit of a...
So 43-year-old Ray Allen, who's, I don't know how long he hadn't played for, against players who are possibly in their prime or nearing their prime, WNBA players. And again, none of them are trying, but like, if you combine, you've got 11, and Ray Allen's there like getting 24, 27. Like, it does kind of show.
Tradition to have WNBA players in the Celebrity All-Star game, but I guess this year was all the more eye-opening considering there wasn't a whole lot of star power on the courts. So I'm sitting here watching the best female basketball players in the world semi-struggle to guard stand-up comedians, a game developer, and a doctor. Last year, Brittany Griner was extremely critical in regards to the disparity in pay between WNBA players and NBA players, saying, you have mediocre players like Tyler Johnson making almost
She's legit calling people out.
$20 million a year. And although she may feel justified in saying this, I am absolutely more than positive that if Tyler Johnson was playing in the NBA Celebrity All-Star game, he'd catch a few bodies, drop a 50 bomb, and grab at least 24 rebounds before the half. In fact, last year, Asia Wilson herself tweeted about the issue of respect and lack of pay in the WNBA. First of all, I don't think going at LeBron and making that comparison is fair nor warranted. Like, what did he ever do to you? And
LeBron
second,
as well, of all
again,
players.
there is a fundamental difference here.
Like,
but then again,
LeBron, I'm pretty sure he backs the WNBA. Like, he wants them to do well. So, like, why are you calling out someone like him?
What do I know? I am a male that has never played at an elite level on the basketball courts. So, to get a better perspective on the situation, I sat down with a good friend of mine and Washington State University basketball alum Mariah Cooks. Mariah is a 6'1" forward who spent 4 years dominating.
Actually, I will go back to that because I'm sort of still thinking. Like, I swear, the majority of the NBA players back the WNBA, but what I'm seeing is the WNBA seem to sort of take low shots, low blows at the NBA for no specific reason. Like, you're just going at random people for like who have no interest in what you're saying. Like, it is really strange how that is the case.
So, to get a better perspective on the situation, I sat down with a good friend of mine and Washington State University basketball alum Mariah Cooks. Mariah is a 6'1" forward who spent 4 years dominating the D1 Pac-12 level. Coming out of high school, she was a 3-star recruit and was ranked among one of the top forwards in the entire country. In college, Mariah was a double-double machine and was a pivotal component in the Cougs' success through her 4 years at WSU. Mariah has been there and done that. So I wanted to get her opinion on the topic. So thanks for joining us today, Mariah. Really appreciate you taking the time to share your perspective with us. So I know we spoke briefly about WNBA players, the stigma around the WNBA as a whole, and more recently the fact that some of the best female athletes in the world are playing in the Celebrity All-Star game. So what are your feelings on the issue as a whole, and particularly with the celebrity event?
It is a great opportunity, as we've discussed, to get attention around the WNBA, right? So to showcase our talent, to showcase how talented female athletes, specifically women's basketball players, are. The issue lies in, like, where are we getting that publicity? They're great in their respective fields, but this is our craft. This is something that we've spent 20 plus years to master, and it seems like it's taken very lightly when it's in that sort of context, when we're playing against people who, yeah, they're good for pickup games, but like it's more of a joke to be funny or to, you know, kind of mess around. And so I think it's hard because in one hand we do need the attention. We need to get women's basketball players, the WNBA in particular, on the map. However, I don't know if this is necessarily the right way to do it.
So on
their idea is to try and get sort of more eyes on it, so I see that, but that's still a bit.
To a very relevant topic at the moment, where do you stand on the subject of equal pay, or at least better or more fair pay for WNBA players?
On one hand, our season isn't as long as NBA, right? So I do know that. However,
What's the reasoning for that? Why it's not as long as an NBA season?
However, the fact that the highest paid women in the WNBA don't even make the same salary as the lowest paid men in the NBA is a problem. These women work hard.
So, final take, as far as the Celebrity All-Star Game goes,
do
you
you
think, because this has been a bit of a tradition, so do you think that WNBA players should continue?
I see that. I just don't know if it would be possible. Like, if it was possible, god damn, they should earn as much as they possibly can earn. But I swear they're losing money. I swear the WNBA is literally losing money, so I just don't understand how it would really make sense. Again, I don't disagree that they shouldn't in certain cases. Like, when you look at it in that context, the highest earning female basketballer is earning lower than the lowest paid male basketballer in the NBA. That's kind of wild, but again, context is important. They don't have that money to do so.
Continue to participate in it, or do you think that it's in a way...
Like, the men, I'm sorry for pausing it, but the men, because this does sometimes, it is a topic that people like talking about. The men from the early days of basketball, from like 50, 60 years ago, from like the early days of the NBA, sorry, they weren't instantly earning loads of money. Like, they had to work their way up to it, and maybe that's a thing of like how back in the day females weren't allowed to, which was just how society was, which was just stupid, and maybe that's a fair sort of argument. But the men weren't instantly earning loads of money. They sort of worked their way. It was quite low, slowly built up, and then they started earning loads. Like, it's just one of those things.
Way beneath them.
You know, I think there could be a lot of good that comes out of WNBA players participating in Celebrity All-Star Weekend. I think if the teams were mixed up, even if they added some guys from the NBA into the game, you know, like, I think that if it wasn't just WNBA players against these celebrities, I think that could be right there. It seems like they're trying to put women and these guys who maybe have some experience, maybe not on the same playing field. It's not as like women versus celebrities. It's more talented people in their respective fields having fun, enjoying their time, but also showcasing their talent.
Right, so more of like a melting pot of the basketball community as a whole, and then as well as some celebrities who have some influence on the event.
Right.
Hearing Mariah's take on the matter really sheds some light on what's going on behind the scenes and the much deeper rooted issues here. WNBA players can ball with the very best, regardless of gender. There are 1,000,001 ways to get them involved and display their talents on a much larger scale where everyone benefits. And yet, here we are, subjecting them to a Celebrity All-Star Game because, due to a lack of leadership and consideration from both parties, these women feel that this is the most effective way to draw attention to their talents. That is a big problem. I mean, I see it like this. If you're gonna play in this celebrity game, at least go the f off and demonstrate your skills. Because, in all honesty...
That's true, because I mean, they get in there to get eyes. If you're not playing well, that's not going to help, is it? So I see both points of this. I see why they're there, to try and get the eyes there. But if you're not playing well, you're not going to get eyes in the league.
Asia and Stephanie could probably give me that work in a game of one-on-one. In fact, they could probably beat the majority of us. But that's exactly why they should never have signed up for this game. Great talent, terrible way to display it. But maybe I'm just being a hater. What do y'all think? Should the best players in the WNBA continue to play in these Celebrity All-Star Games with folks that have clearly never participated in any physical activity in their adult life? Or is this entire event beneath them, considering they are literally the best female basketball players in the entire world? Let me know in the comments below what you guys think. If you are new to the channel, be sure to subscribe. We are doing this every single week. And as always, until next time.
I mean, he actually gave a fair argument for both sides. He wasn't biased towards one area of the, like, he wasn't against WNBA. He gave a fair argument. He gave good points for both sides. But still, it is an interesting topic, and I know it's a touchy one. I mean, it's got nearly 4K dislikes, and I don't even think he said anything that controversial. So I mean, the fact that it's got 4K, it makes you realise that this is just a topic that you have to tread lightly over if you don't want to get a lot of heat for it. And look, I'm not against the WNBA. I'll say this so many times. I'm not against it. It's just certain things, certain logistics don't make sense. If you can't, because I think there was a stat, there was a thing about the WNBA is losing money and the NBA is keeping it afloat, or sort of helps it sort of financially. If they're losing money, how is giving extra like giving the women extra money even possible? Like, I don't understand the possibilities of that, but I mean, maybe there's ways to go around it. I'm not too sure, but let's look at the comments anyway. Good video though. It's a good topic to see. This is the most WNBA video I've ever watched. Fuck's sake. When I hear about Celebrity Game, I want to see Snoop Dogg dunking on Drake and Travis Scott popping threes while DJ Khaled is trying to catch up with Kevin Hart and David Dobrik in his camera recording everything. That would be sick. I'm not even going to lie. Petition to get Tyler, the average player Johnson, 1v1 Britney, the amazing loudmouth crying to everything. They should let Dennis Rodman play. He'd be that one guy who's trying his ass off in a pointless game. So that makes me laugh, man. Just the thought of that. You can't expect to get paid as much when no one watches you. When I saw the title on thumbnail, I thought somebody blocked the midget. Girl in college scores a basket. The WNBA. Yes, WNBA player. Jimmy calling himself a regular Joe. Also, Jimmy, I held a world record when I was 12 and I played D1 basketball. I mean, exactly. Top athlete. I remember seeing that video about him being like an athlete. It actually really surprised me. Jimmy, 6'5" centre. Houston Rockets have invented the chat. Fuck's sake. But hopefully you guys enjoy this again. If I said anything that may have pissed you off, I apologise. It's just, I'd like getting my opinion across. I don't like just reacting to videos without sort of saying anything. Got to put input in here or there. But hopefully you guys enjoyed. Until next time, like, subscribe. Peace.